Good chat. We got week 2 of March 2026 recap. I think it's March 9th through the 13th. So yeah, let's just hop straight in this bitch. Starting off with Monday. So pretty obvious bullish structure here. We have a huge gap from New Week Open. Kind of slowing down here, chopping up. If you go on the hourly, you can see we have an untapped gap right there on the 15-minute. Don't really have anything untapped. We do have London low, but honestly, either or, I can see us filling this New Week opening gap, coming lower to target this, or coming lower, tapping this, and then looking for longs to fill New Week opening gap. But I guess what happened was, dude, what the fuck? I got a sharp ass pain in my back, like in the middle of my back. That shit hurts. Ugh. Anyways, we come up, market open. Right, we take out this buy side. We do have an SMT with ES, so that's another plus. We're inside New Week opening gap, so that's where our imbalance is. Get pretty decent reactions to the downside. We inverse these two 1 minutes right there. The one thing that makes this trade up a lot is that we inverse on the 1 minute, of course, you can see, on the 2 minute as well, and on the 3 minute. On all three time frames, we inversed. And then we had great targets to the downside. We had these relatively equal lows here, these equal lows, these also relatively equal lows, and then this untapped hourly, which is also the final bit of this sell side on this lower time frame. Of course, we have some more sell side down here, but yeah, that's pretty much the idea behind this trade. Looks really, really A plus, great delivery. Excuse me for a minute. Oh, bless me. Anyways, boom. This shit looks like it's been a hit, right? Hell no. Look, got closer, right? Even closer, right? And bam. We get, I low-key kind of forgot how that played out, but, I mean, yeah, I didn't take this. This entire week, I've been waiting. Alpha Futures has not given me my accounts yet because they've been migrating to their new prop firm or platform to trade on, which I was pretty hyped about, but it's really shit. I just got my accounts like yesterday or the day before that on Sunday, but really, really shit platform. I waited all this time, missed out on many, many good setups because of this, and pretty disappointed. But yeah, if I did take this, I for sure would have gotten break even because there's no way I would have just taken out here. I would have for sure. This is like under a 1-to-1. I would have for sure held towards this untapped hourly down here. Just very unfortunate how that got break even and then just got ran through. And then the rest of that is just chop work. There's absolutely nothing. We're literally playing within this range of my P&L tool up here. That's fucking insane. Anyways, next day, which is Tuesday. They have a trade every single day of the week. So Tuesday, let's see. Of course, higher time frame bullish structure. The first thing I see here is all this low resistance here. Now, one thing that I do notice quite often is when we have a very high time frame draw and it's a very clear target, when we're this close to it, typically what we'll do is have a big ass pullback and then run up instead of just pulling into this hourly and running up. A lot of the times, not every time, but a lot of the times, we'll have a massive pullback. Maybe not all the way down in discount, but like at least something like this, and before running up and taking out those highs. But it's one thing I have in mind, and what do you know? My fucking trading view thing froze once again. It's so annoying. It's laggy as shit. I know you heard me type. It took like a 3-second delay for that. Ridiculous. Alright. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now. What the fuck? 15. This is market open, right? Bam. Alright, so market opens. Honestly, what I'm looking for is, of course, longs, but I mean, I really like the idea of shorts and taking out these relatively equal lows right there. We have an untapped 15-minute above. We don't really have much else. Okay, that's pretty much it. We are inside of an hourly. We're bouncing from two hourlies, from this hourly down here, this hourly up here. So it's really just whichever gets respected. It's kind of just a condition. If we inverse this hourly, we can just look for higher prices and then look for continuation from there. But ideally, want to see this, reject and then come lower. So that's mostly what I would be looking for here. Let's see. Let's mark up discount or premium. I mean, the premium aligns pretty well with that. So, boom, OTE of this range. Huge fair value gap here. We tapped into that 15-minute. Great reaction to the downside. Here's that entry right there. No other entries besides the 1 minute, but this is really, really good. I like this. We have this low right there you can go break even at, or just after all this low resistance to get taken out. Honestly, this could be a protected low, but because I'm leaning bearish, I don't see this as a protected low because we still have this low here. We also have this untapped 4-hour, which is also Asia low. So that's why I don't really see this too much as a protected low unless we're bullish. So just my thought process on that. We do end up taking out this low resistance and then getting break even. We actually edged this we edged that right there, but I for sure would have went break even if I took that. I don't know if this ended up hitting or not. My thing's frozen. Oh my goodness. Alright, so looks like we did not end up or no, we did. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's pretty much that. This would have been a good enough targets around 1 or 2. Likely would not have held all the way down here. Maybe partial and then hold runners, but I don't know. Didn't take this trade, so I wouldn't have known. Now on to the next day, which is Wednesday. It's fucking Wednesday. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so this day, honestly, very high time frame chop if you ask me. Let me remove this because there's kind of a lot of shit in the way, but high time frame chop, really no sense of direction. We do have massive amounts of low resistance here, 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 here. So, I mean, sales look great to take all of this out. We have equal highs above. We have Asia above. We took out London. Prior to market open, we do inverse, or right at market open, we inverse this 15-minute. So that can signal to us that price wants to be extremely bullish. Oh, this is actually a data wick. Okay, this is a data high. I just remembered that. This data high, I think, from CPI. Yep, that is definitely from CPI. We take that out. Now, we do have the CPI data wick open on ES, right? It's right there. We have equal highs. So it's still open for ES. So, and since we did not take Asia, we can still look to go long here. Okay, looks like we're just chopping up, and then boom. Right here, we tap into this 5-minute. We tap into the 15-minute as well. We just get a beautiful 1 minute entry here with great delivery, inversing twice the size of the fair value gap. Break even at this untapped gap, which is also an untapped 2-minute. Right there, which is also untapped 3-minute. Right there, which is also untapped 4-minute. I already knew this was going to take forever to load. Right there, so pretty good break-even point. This unfortunately got break-even. If I saw this huge, once I saw this huge wick to the upside, I figured price would probably inverse this gap and run lower. So it was a good break-even. Holding this to me was not. I would not hold this, honestly. I don't know. I might change in the future, but me during this current state, I would not trust this. Okay. Yeah, we did actually give a re-entry after this got fucking demolished. Pull up a new tool. We got this 4-minute. You can see that we have a huge 4-minute right there. Now, why is it a 4-minute? Because it's also a 3-minute right there. As you can see, there's 3-minute down there and a 2-minute. We almost got a better entry with the 2-minute, but this failed to get inverse. So this entry was, the last resort. But targets, we had great targets up here. I really figured these equal highs would have gotten taken out. I don't really see any reason to aim any lower. I mean, maybe you could put your stops here and take out right there, but I don't know. Me personally, that's pretty hard, pretty tough to manage that position, considering how late the entry is. I mean, the target that you're supposed to be aiming is essentially your break-even point, so yeah, that's pretty tough. We don't really get anything else later on. Just chop work from here on out. Maybe that's a 5-minute short right there. So we do tap into a 5-minute. And we get a 1-minute IFEG to the downside. And I don't know if I saw this or if it was on a different day, but got break even. Took out this low. Took out these relatively equal lows right there. And there's just nothing much else to look for. Well, this recap's going great. We're already almost done. 2 more days left to review, and then I'm off this bitch. And we don't got anything else after that, so next day, Thursday. Do not freeze on me. Alright, so let's see what price. So price is looking bearish. We did take out all this low resistance. We are rejecting, at the time, we were rejecting out of this 4 hour, and we inverse this 1 hour up here. So this looked very bullish on NQ, or on the 4 hour time frame. But on the 1 hour time frame, we rejected. Yes, we did reject off there. Yes, we inverse this gap, but we are rejecting out of this gap. And so my condition for the day, coming into this day, I actually, of course, I forgot what I was going to say, but basically we had a condition, okay? We were rejecting out of this gap, and we were playing within this gap. So what I'm looking forward to is if we inverse this gap, I'll look for shorts. You know, we have an untapped hourly down here. We have an untapped 4 hour somewhere around here. But if we respect this gap and give, you know, bullish confluences, then I'll be looking to take continuations long, right? That's my one simple, easy confluence on the 1 hour chart. We do have an untapped 15-minute up here. And we also have an untapped hourly, which is right there. So that's what I would be looking to target. Yeah, let me go to market open. Okay, so boom, market opens, correct? Not yet, never mind. Right here. Market opens, we take London. Now we give a 30-second entry, okay? We give a 30-second entry here. Untapped 5-minute, which is also relatively equal highs, but I didn't really count that as data because, I mean, it's just way too early, especially using an hourly fair value gap as a condition for the day. I would not really agree with taking that, okay? But this is actually really nice. So we tap into the 5-minute, we fill the 5-minute, and we have an SMT, everything. I can show you, yes, right there, SMT, and we get great delivery. Yes, we do chop up here. I mean, but if we're followed with like this beautiful delivery to the downside here, that's around 50 points and 3 candles. I mean, dude, it's just, why is my entry all the way up there? What the fuck? Should be like this. There we go. This just looks way too good. We inverse the 1 minute. I think that's the highest time frame as well. Yep. We have this low, and then we have Asia low down here. We also have this low right there, and I think it's a 4 hour. Yep, the 4 hours all the way down there. Excuse me. Boom, straight delivered, and then we came back up. Now here we actually give a re-entry. You can see we just very slightly, if you look at my cursor right there, now look at the line to the left, barely tapped into that 5-minute, and gave a continuation model. This also looked very A+, because we took out Asia, so we did take out the target already, but we still have these 4 hours. This 4 hour down here, which is also untapped hourly. This is a great trade. Got break even. Yeah, got wrecked right there, but I mean, that's pretty much it for this day. I don't really see anything else you could have taken at all. There's no really continuation mod. We have a 5-minute right there. Not looking bullish. We do end up taking that 4 hour though. Bang. Next day. Actually, let me just play the rest of this kill zone out so I can see what actually we ended off with. Yeah, no trade should be taken here. So there's, yeah, that's that. Now, on to the last day, Friday. This was actually pretty tricky because I don't really know if this is a good play for me. Okay, so very obvious and simple conditions. We have an untapped hourly up here. We have 2 untapped hourlies down here. Okay, overall we look bullish. All right, we're rejecting out of this order block, breaker block. I forgot which one to call it, but rejecting out of the 4 hour right there. And we have that untapped hourly above. Overall, we just look bullish based off this London move right here, this entire London move. We expanded like what, like 300 points. Now, all I'm looking for is a run up. I want to see this get hit or these get hit. So whichever gets hit, I'll trade in the opposing direction. Of course, if we get the setup. So yeah, very very simple day. And this is basically what happened. We came down, or no, we actually chopped up for the first 5 minutes. We swept this 1 hour low, right, or this 1 hour for value gap, making S&T on the higher time frame and the lower time frame. Excuse me, with yes. What I would have loved to see though, because wrong time frame. This hourly was, of course, more discounted. It was also a 15-minute untapped gap and just aligned with this order block right there. So I just really, really wanted to see, this one. I kind of forgot exactly what I was going to say, but I really want to see this get tapped. I just don't know if I would have taken this, honestly, because, like I said, I wasn't trading the entire week. It was practically like a fucking vacation for me. We got beautiful, beautiful delivery here. Great rejection. Now, I don't like that we, for one, we made equal lows. For two, we left this one untapped. And for three, we don't have a great break-even point. This is a 930 data wick right there. Well, it's not really 930, but it's just our manipulation. Like, I don't really want to see that. I would like a smoother break-even point, an untapped gap or something like that. We have this high from the daily high, and then this untapped hourly, which, of course, gets smacked, ran through with great, insane delivery. We get a 5-minute continuation. We pop into that 5-minute right here. Bang. And then get a continuation model to the upside. This is very, F. This is straight F. We already took the hourly. Okay, there's nothing else you can really look for. There's no reason to look for continuations. The only thing I could see looking for is for shorts, but even at that. We did actually give a short, which I do not like at all. We had no 5 minutes, but what we did have was a 15-minute that got completely filled right here. Right, we got a complete fill, that 15-minute. And then the only thing that really makes this trade decent in my eyes is, actually it's not decent at all. We had great, right, we have chop here, and then we have smooth selling candles. But the entry is just so fucking low on the 2-minute that there's genuinely no point in taking that. So we're not going to discuss that. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the week. Price has been so shit lately, and this is the first week where we actually got some pretty good price action. The first week was kind of meh, but rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, were absolute A+ in my opinion. There's a great setup every single day of the week, or half the week. But yeah, basically, quick overview, a little short here. New week opening gap, liquidity sweep, SMT, great delivery, great targets as well. We have multiple targets to aim for. Just unfortunate break even. Now, Tuesday, we have a continuation to the downside, low resistance here. Unfilled 4 hour, which is also Asia, has the higher time frame target. Got break even. Ended up hitting partially, I guess. Probably my least favorite of, actually, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Never mind. And then Wednesday, we have an absolute beauty of a trade. Pull back into the 15 and 5 minute. Great 1 minute IFUG to the upside. I think we had an SMT. We had an SMT, I believe, at a discounted 5 minute with ES. Asia high above. ES still had CPI data wick, or data high, so that was great. Ended up getting break even, but a 4-minute re-entry appeared. Depending on how you play that, if you held to the the equal highs on the hourly, would have got break even. But if you would have just took out at like a 1.5, 1-to-1, whatever your RR was, you would have been great. But yep, those were probably the weakest. No, the first 2 days were the weakest plays, and then Wednesday, that recent trade was really good. Just an unfortunate break even. Now, this play was extremely good, okay? So, if we were going to be long, honestly, yeah, like I said, we had that untapped hourly as, why do I keep mixing my words up? We had an hourly for value gap, okay? Scratch the untapped. We had an hourly that we were inside of. We had an hourly up here that we rejected out of. This was our condition since this is the most recent hourly we were inside of, and we currently were inside of. This is very, very important to determining our bias, if we're going to be long or short, and yeah, we didn't inverse the gap, which is, I don't need the hourly to get inverse, okay? That's 30 straight minutes of price action I'm just disregarding if we get an entry just because I'm waiting for the hourly. I don't need that, okay? It's extremely mechanical. I don't need that. All I needed was signs that we're going to be either bullish or bearish, and show me bearish, because we tapped into the 5 minute, we took out these highs, we made it an SMT, great delivery to the downside. And once you see this 5 minute getting respect, we had an SMT and we getting delivered to the downside, that's obviously going to show you that we're pretty bearish, especially when we have this type of momentum. We have this low that took out London, which I didn't really like. It would have been nicer if we left London open, but we have this higher time frame low right there, and then this Asia low, which we also had a 4 hour, a little lower than that, untapped 4 hour and hourly. So yeah, that was a great trade. Nice reentry, break even, unfortunately, but this definitely was my favorite trade of the week. Now, finally, we got Friday's trade, which I don't really like. Multiple things I don't like about it, but it still is a really good setup. Tap into the hourly, get simple continuations to the upside, great delivery, untapped hourly, great target. Again, I just don't like that we made equal lows, don't like that we left this untapped, and then I don't like the break-even point, okay? But that's going to be it for this video. Going to end it off here, and yeah.